I flew to New York for business. I get on a plane, I get in a position, I fall asleep. So I'm on a 4.5-hour flight and I don't move. And when I got off the plane in New York, I almost fainted. While I was in New York, I just kind of kept an eye on how do I feel. Flew back to Dallas, same thing, almost fainted there. In my head, I was like, I'm not having a heart attack because I didn't have pain, but I had the whole echoing sound, vision blur, rapid heart rate. It was a little scary. So I get to Methodist Southlake and right into the ER, ran a few tests, but basically prepped me for a CT. Dr. Alamar lived like minutes away, so he shows up.
So when Gary came to the hospital, he had significant shortness of breath. He had a CT scan in the hospital that showed pulmonary embolism. So he had blood clots that actually blocked the blood flow in the arteries of the lungs.
The wife and I went through our 100 questions. At the end, the main question was, if you were me, what would you do? And he said, I would be in surgery tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. in the cath lab. Instead of suctioning out individual blood clots, I guess it was really one large clot, and they pulled the whole thing out. And laying there, I instantly had relief. I have a picture of a diagram of my pulmonary artery, and they laid the blood clot on the photo to show me. It's like, holy you know what, like it's crazy. There was no point at which I felt that people were doing a job. I felt that everybody was really there to help other people. That first time out on the pickleball court was just so much fun. It was just great to be out there. They were all very, oh my God, what are you doing here? Like you were just in the hospital. I'm like, no man, I'm good.
It's one of these things where it wasn't until after that you realize the magnitude. It feels a little bit better than maybe it did before. You go sit with the doctor and he says 48 more hours and you probably wouldn't have been here. Gives you a little perspective.
I'm so happy that he felt a lot better after the procedure. The following day he went home. I saw him in the office after a week and he was doing phenomenal.
The group in the cath lab, they were like a well-oiled machine. And then to find out that I was one of, if not the first one to have that procedure at Methodist Southlake, wow, I never would have guessed that. I would have been like, oh, this is their 10,000th time doing this. This is old hat. This is total routine for them. And having it close makes it an option, but my experience makes it the option. Having it in the neighborhood is huge and valuable, and I'm sure people will see that, but the experience I had where you're going to get cared for by people who treat you like family, the distance is irrelevant when that's the experience.